I'm Seth. I'm a senior at Towson University. I live in the Rossville area and I have to commute about 20 minutes to school every day. Probably around like 10 o'clock is my earliest class. I try to leave by 9 just to make sure I can get parking in time to be early for class. It depends. It can be bad. From where I'm at, it's not always terrible. So I feel if I leave at 9, I can get to campus by 9:20 and find a spot by like 9:30, 9:40. I usually try to park in the Glen Garage since all my classes are in Stevens Hall. I'll try to circle around for a little bit. Sometimes I try to get to campus on time is when I know classes are ending, so hopefully there's a chance to find a spot easier. But if not, I'll just drive around all the floors a few times. And if I need to, I'll try the spots behind the admin building, or then just go back into the garage and circle around some more again. Yes, there are times I do follow people around walking in the garage to their spots. I'm usually down if it's a nice day out, or if I see someone leaving, I can try to ask them if I can follow them to their spot. I mean, my window's up, I won't be able to do that. I have offered rides to people before to try to get their spots. That's only on times when I'm very, very late though, or when there's just absolutely no parking. I usually try to go slower to make sure I can see any available spot, and I'll park anywhere possible in the garage to try to get to class on time. There are times when I stop next to the stairwells that people come up and down from the garage, and I try to follow people to their spots because it's just so bad, and I'm running late, so I need to do something to get really desperate. So I'll just sit there and wait for them to walk out into the floor. There are also times where I'll just stop behind cars that are parked in the middle of the aisles, just waiting for people to come out of the stairwells and just wait to get their spots as well. You can see the same cars driving around trying to find spots, but I'll just sit there rather than drive around and rack up the mileage on my car around one little garage. When I get a spot, it's usually a great feeling. It's the best when you drive right in and if you find a spot, you just feel relieved when you find a spot. Hopefully it's on time for your class. If not, then you just have to start running.